All right, so question number 1 asks us to convert the function from standard form to vertex form. So the first thing I'm going to do, just so I can have it in my mind, is I'm going to write the vertex form so that I understand what I have, right? So vertex form is y equals, it's not? It is. Y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. Do we all agree? Yes. So I know that I need an a, and I know that I need my vertex in order to write this in vertex form. Well, my a is already given because your a is given in every form, right? And this form is standard form, and it gives us two things. It gives us the a, but it also gives us the c, which is a y-intercept, right? So off to the side, I'm going to write what I see. I know I have an a. My a is 1. And I also have a point because your y-intercept is a c, but it's also a point. So the point that I have is 0, -5. Does everybody see that? Yes? All right. So I'm just pulling from this what information I have so that I know, right? Now I need to put this in vertex form. I have my A, but what I am missing is my HK, right? But we know how to get our vertex from standard form, don't we? What do we use to get our vertex from standard form? Negative B over 2A, right? So I'm just going to put X equals negative B over 2A. If you haven't done this, you should do it with me. If you have, you should check it. And I'm going to plug in what I got. I have negative because that negative is already there. Then my B is positive 8 over 2 times 1. Correct? All right, so now I got the opposite of positive 8, which is negative 8. And I'm going to put that over positive 2. And so now I have, let me see if this. So now I have what? Negative 4. Now, what is negative 4? Negative 4 is my, yes, it's my axis of symmetry, and it is the x of my vertex, right? But I need the whole vertex. So what do I do at this point? Go plug it in. So I'm going to take the original problem, which was y equals x squared plus 8x minus 5. And in place of x, I'm now going to put negative 4. So I got y equals negative 4 in parentheses squared plus 8 times negative 4 minus 5. Any questions? No. So then my next step is y equals, I got negative 4 times negative 4, which is going to give me what? 16. I do not bring this sign down. I do the multiplication. I got a positive times a negative, which is a negative. 8 times 4 is 32. And then bring down minus 5. Did we make it to this point? All right. So now I got y equals 16 minus 32 minus 5 is going to give me what? Negative 21. So my y of my vertex is negative 21. The x of my vertex is negative 4. I know my vertex then is going to be negative 4, negative 21. Can I then write this in vertex form? Yes, I have all my parts. So vertex form is y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. So I'm going to write y equals, my a was 1 times x minus, my h is negative 4, right? So I'm going to put negative 4 here just so we can see it. And then my k is negative 21. What happens to the double negative? Positive. This should say squared. So this should be y equals 1 times x plus 4 squared minus 21. And this is the rule in vertex form. Raise your hand if you got it right. Good. Good. Is everybody good here? Yes? What would be a common mistake that we would see in this problem? Not changing that sign, right? Because if you just take this as your negative from your 4, it's not. It's negative from the formula, right? And so then we put negative and negative. Any other questions? Are we good? No. All right. So our next problem is it standard to factored? Yes. All right. So find me a black pen in my bag somewhere. This one is too light. That one ain't gonna be dark. I need something dark. Let me see if this works. Okay, so this is our second problem, correct? Yes. All right, so this is y equals 3x squared plus 15x minus 42, and I need to change this to factored form. Factored form is going to be where your solutions are seen, right? So then that just means I need to find my solutions. Are y'all with me? All right, so I already have standard form. What methods do I have for finding solutions from standard form? Quadratic formula, or I could factor, right? I'm not even going to be bothered with factor because I see 3 times 42 and I don't want to deal with that, right? So I'm just going to go straight to quadratic formula. And I know my A is 3, my B is 15, my C is negative 42. So now we can just do quadratic formula. So what do we start off with quadratic formula? Negative B. You say yeah? No. Negative B plus or minus. Look at my bag in the front part of my bag. Let me see. Negative B plus or minus what? The square root of B squared minus 4AC all over 2A. Is everybody with me? Yes? All right. So now I got what? Negative B plus or minus. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, let me just plug it in. Negative. And then what is my B? 15 plus or minus the square root of 15 squared minus 4 times 3 times negative 42. All of that over 2 times 3. Any questions on that part? No. Did we all make it to this point? Okay, good. So now the opposite of positive 15 is going to be negative 15 plus or minus the square root. 225 is our 15 squared. Now, do I just bring this sign down? No, I'm going to put in my calculator. Negative 4 times positive 3 times negative 42. And what am I going to get? 504. Okay, and then all of this is over 6. Any questions? Good. All right, so now I got negative 15 plus or minus the square root of, what happens to these two? Adam, and what do we get? 729 all over 6. Okay, so now I got negative 15 plus or minus. Now, what is the square root of 729? So this is going to be the whole number 27 all over 6. Now, everything is simplified. So now what do I do at this point? I just break it up into 2 parts, right? So I got negative 15 plus 27 over 6, negative 15 minus 27 over 6. Any questions? All right, so what do we get with this? Negative 15 plus 27 is how much? 2. 12. 12 over 6, right? Which is going to give us what? 2. So x equals 2 here. And then you got 15 negatives and 27 more negatives. You're going to have how many negatives? 42 negatives over 6. So your second one is going to be negative 7. So our solutions are positive 2 and negative 7. Now you got to remember when you plug those into your factored form, right? They're going to follow those minus signs, right? So remember, factored form is y equals a times x minus p times x minus q, correct? Yes? So we're going to plug these numbers in behind these minuses, right? So y equals, what is my a? 3 times x minus what? 2 times x minus what? Negative 7. But then we're going to clean it up. What happens to that double negative? So we got y equals 3 times x minus 2 times x plus 7. And that's it. We just wrote it in factored form. Raise your hand if you got it right. Good. I see smiles. For those that didn't get it right, can you tell me what mistake we made? What mistake did we make? Or where did we get lost? No? So everybody got it right? Nobody made mistakes? Nobody sharing their mistakes? Did y'all figure this out? Y'all got this one right? Good. All right, let's move on to the next one. What is our next one? It was convert vertex to standard. This one is really easy, right? Yes, we should not have really had issues with, oh, this one y'all struggled with? Oh, okay. All right, it's okay. All right, you ain't gonna struggle after this. All right, so let's go. So remember, vertex to standard, all it is simplifying. That's it. You just multiply. You ain't doing no real work. You ain't got to find nothing missing. You just work it out, right? So I'm going to start off by writing what I see, which is y equals x minus 4, that's not a plus, times x minus 4 minus 8. Why did I write that twice? Because it's squared. That's it. Now you just got to follow order of operations. What do you do first? You're going to do this distributive, get rid of these parentheses before you subtract, right? So we got what? Y equals x times x squared, x times negative 4, negative 4x, negative 4 times x, negative 4x, and then negative 4 times negative 4, positive 16. Does that make sense? Remember, this is a minus, not a plus, okay? And then what am I going to drop on the end? Negative 8. Everybody good there? All right, so now we got y equals, and now it's just combining like terms, right? You got negative 4x and negative 4x. What is that? So I got x squared minus 8x plus 16 minus 8. Yes? And then it's simple. Y equals, only thing left to combine now is this, right? So we have x squared minus 8x plus 8. And this is the rule in standard form. What is my A? What is my A? Positive or negative? It's positive 1. This was the easiest one, I thought. No, if we remember the one thing, which is that you had to write this twice, right? And then work it out. Are there any questions about this? All right. Yes. The 16 we got from, so we did x times x squared, x times negative 4, negative 4x, negative 4 times x, negative 4x, and negative 4 times negative 4, positive 16. Okay. Anybody else? We good? All right, let's look at this last one. All right, given the following, write the rule in all the forms, right? So I was asked if this is a vertex. I didn't tell you it was a vertex. If I tell you it's a vertex, then you can write vertex form, right? But you also don't know your A yet. So how can you fully write the form? So we got a few things we got to find. We got to find this A for all these things, right? So what do I have? I know I have 2 points, but I have a special point. What's the special point that I have? I have a y-intercept. So, I don't think I gave y'all enough information. Let's see. Let's start with, y'all started with standard form? How you started with vertex? Standard form, factor form, and let me see. Oh, what did I do with the paper? Which one it was? That wasn't the vertex. Is the 4 negative? I don't know. It's negative? Okay. Did y'all figure this out? How? Let's write all the forms down. What's the first form? Standard. Y equals ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Oh, well, you can just leave it like that, right? C we know, right? And no, we actually know x and y. Yeah, because we got an x, which we could have plugged in here, and we got a y, which we can plug here. But the issue is I don't know the a and the b. If I only was missing the a, I could figure it out. But I also don't know the b, right? So what's the other form? Y equals A times X minus P times X minus Q. Here, these are your solutions, but we don't know our solutions. So we do have an X, but that X would only go here because these X's are specifically your solutions, which we don't know. And then even if we plugged in a 0 for X's and an 8 for the Y, we still don't know the A or the P or Q. You got to just be missing one thing. So let's do the other one. What's the last one? Y equals A times X minus H squared plus K. Again, I don't know the vertex. I do have an X. I do have a Y. I don't have an A. So I can't do it from this form. I had to give you, there was one more thing that you needed. You need the A, or I need to give you, or tell you this is the vertex. Are you following? But let's rock with it. Let's say this is the vertex. All right. So if that's the vertex, then what do we do? First form we're going to do is what? Vertex form. So vertex form is Y equals A times X minus H squared plus K. So we can plug in for H, the -2, right? And for the K, we can plug in the -4, right? But then we're still missing X, A, and Y. But we can plug in two things. We got a 0 and an 8. That's a point that falls on the parabola. So then we can put in place of Y an 8, and then in place of X a 0, solve it. And when you solve it, it's going to end up giving you your A. Now you'll know what your A is. Are you following? Yeah. Whenever this is just like solving equations in quarter one, right? As long as I get 3 of the 4 things, I can solve it, right? But we forget that we have information here. This is an X and a Y. This is a H and a K. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 things. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 things. So the only thing I'm missing is the what? A, which if I plug all those things and work it out and I find the A, now I got the A for everything. Are y'all following? Yes? Somebody's hand was up. You got a question? Yeah, I was going to ask how you get the A. But that's how. I'm going to plug in everything else, right? Let's do it. Let's see what it looks like. So let's go. Hopefully it come out clean because I don't know if that was really the vertex or not. So let's go. What am I putting in place of Y? 8 equals A times 0 minus, no, minus what? -2. Right? Wasn't it 2 negative? Yes. Okay, so this is 0 minus, and then the H is -2, right? Squared plus or -4, right? All right, so what are we going to do first? Parentheses, right? So 0 minus -2 is really 0 plus 2, which is really 2. And then 2 squared is going to give us what? 4. So we're going to have 8 equals 4A. I'm going to sit there for a second. That's it. I just cleaned it up. Absolutely. What's 0 minus -2? 2. That's positive 2. And then if you square it, you get what? So wouldn't that be A times 4? I just cleaned it up and put 4 times A. Y'all with me? Yes? And then we got what? -4. Isn't this an easy problem to do now? Yeah, so what do we do now? Add 4 to both sides. Those cancel out. Good, because y'all use it as your vertex. And then we have what? 12 equals 4A. And then what's the last step? Obviously, divide by 4. So now A equals 3. So now I know my A. Now I'm good. I can do all my forms now. Y'all with me? Yes. All right. So now that we know our A, can we write our vertex form? Yes. What will vertex form be? Y equals 3 times X plus 2 squared minus 4. This is vertex form. Does that make sense? Yes. So watch this. They are going to, these are the higher level questions. These are the higher level questions. They're going to give you a couple bits of a couple features. They're going to say this is the y-intercept, right? Or give you the point, and you got to know that's 0, 8, right? They're going to say this is the vertex. You got to know that's the HK, right? They're going to give you a point. You got to know that point is an X and Y that can be plugged in, right? In any of them, right? And then you got to plug those numbers in. It's okay for you to have one missing. You're trying to find that one thing that they haven't given you. That is a level 4 or 5 question. Can they plug in what they got and know where to plug it in to figure out the missing thing so they can actually write the rule? Are you with me? Are y'all following? Yes. I don't know what you mean. I don't know that I can answer that question, because if you're doing problems like this, that means the rest of the questions you got right. That was at this level, because you wouldn't be at a 4 or 5 unless you was getting questions right. Right? Are y'all clear on this? Yes. Okay. All right. So we got to do our other forms, right? What other form do we need to do? Standard. All right. So I'm coming to y'all. How do we do standard form from here? We're going to separate them, right? So let's just take that and write it out. I'm going to put y equals 3 times x plus 2 times x plus 2 minus 4. Y equals, what do we do next? This is all about order of operations. Distribute x times x times 2, 2 times x, 2 times 2. So 3 times x squared plus 2x plus 2x plus 4 minus 4. Y'all good? Y equals 3 times x squared. What happens to these two? Positive 4x. We add them plus 4 minus 4. Now, the last time when we did a problem like this, we did not distribute. We did not distribute first. Why? Because when we had this problem, what was the 1? I mean, the A. It was 1. So even if we would have distributed first before we subtracted, it wouldn't have changed the number. Are you following? But in these problems where you actually have an A that's something other than 1, before you subtract, you got to multiply. Are you following? All right, so let's take this and multiply it to all the parts. So what do we get when we do that? 3x squared plus 12x plus 12. Now I can do what? Minus 4. Bring my 4 down. Don't hit that. All right, so now we got y equals 3x squared plus 12x. And what am I going to do with these two? Subtract, so it's plus 8. And that is the rule in standard form. Everybody with me? Do me a favor, grab your calculator real quick. Everybody do this. You got your calculator? Put 2 in the calculator. Square it. Multiply it by 3. What you got? Minus 4. What you got? What is that? The y-intercept. So from vertex form, you can get your y-intercept. Are y'all with me? Soon as we got this, I could have did that whole process, got that 8, and knew that I was going to have an 8 if they would have asked me to pick the standard form of the function. Are y'all following? You already know that A is 3 because it's 3, and you already know that you got an 8, so you can easily pick it without even doing any real work. Are y'all following? If it's multiple choice. So I'm going to go through that again. All I'm doing is following the order of operations. Exponents first, then multiplication, then subtraction. That's it. Are y'all following? Even if this would have been a negative, it don't matter, because once you square it, it's still going to come out to be positive. You multiply it by your A, and then you subtract your C, or not the C, your K. Everybody good? We got one more form. What's our last form? Factored form. So let's do factored form for this same problem. All right, so with factored form, we just use quadratic formula, can't we? Or we can graph it, but we don't have no graph paper. So let's just do quadratic formula. So we need an A, a B, and a C. What's our A? 3. Thank you, class. What's our B? 12. What's our C? 8. So we got negative B plus or minus the square root of B squared minus 4AC all over 2A. Let's just plug in these numbers. I gotta buy me some better pens. Let's try this one. Yes. Yep. Negative. What am I putting in place of B? 12. Plus or minus the square root of 12 squared minus 4 times 3 times 8 all over 2 times 3, which is your A. Somebody probably out. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, he just went. All right, so now we got negative 12 plus or minus square root 12 squared, 144. I got a negative here. I don't just drop it. I do negative 4 times 3, which is negative 12. Negative 12 times 8, negative 96. So minus 96 all over 6. We good? All right, negative 12 plus or minus. What am I going to get under here? 48 all over 6. Y'all with me? Do we know the square root of 48? We do not. It's a decimal, right? So what? Give it to me anyway. But you know what? Before you do that, I want to show you something real quick. I want to show you something. We learned how to simplify radicals, right? Yes? Pay attention. Pay attention. This is important. Lanika, I need you. We learned how to simplify radicals. There are going to be level 4, level 5 questions that are going to ask you for this in radical form, for your solution in radical form. That just means simplify the radical. So let's do that, okay? Radical 48. I'm going to go off to the back and I'm going to put radical 48 and I'm going to simplify this radical. What can we break radical 48 down to? Any two numbers you can think of. 24 and what? 2. Okay, so this becomes radical 24 times radical 2. Everybody agree? Yes? Remember, it's just multiplication, it's just a factor tree, right? Now, I can't do nothing with 2. That's a prime. I can't do nothing with 2. It's 2 and 1. It's prime, right? But can I break down this 24? Is there any perfect square in 24? What? What numbers do we multiply to get 24? 4 and 6, 3 and 8, 12 and 2, right? Which one of them are a perfect square? 4, right? So I want to use 6 and 4. Does it matter though? No, because we're still going to end up with the same thing, remember? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put radical 6 times radical 4 times radical 2. Don't forget that 2 that's hanging on there. Are y'all with me? Yes? Now let's think about this 6. I could break this 6 down to a radical 3 and a radical 2, couldn't I? So let's do that. Radical 3 times radical 2. What am I going to do for radical 4? Hey, this is when you check out like that, you're not going to know how to do what I'm doing later. And then you're going to come over and ask me questions, and I'm going to say, no, I just did that. So focus. Lock in. You should be doing what I'm doing. You ain't do this. I know you didn't do this. So do what I'm doing. What do I put in place of radical 4? Whole number 2. So times 2. And then what am I going to do with this radical 2? Just bring it down. Times radical 2. Does this make sense? Yes? Okay, now let's clean it up. What do we want? Thank you, baby. I do. What do I want out front? Thank you. The whole number 2. So let's put the whole number 2 out front. Now, and let's put these in order. What we got? Radical 2 times radical 2 times radical 3. What are we doing? We are simplifying the radical. Are you looking at the screen? Oh, here. Well, I'm looking at faces and you're not even looking at the problem. All right, so what happens to radical 2 times radical 2? It becomes radical 4, which is really what? Whole number 2. So what do I really have? 2 times radical 3. Almost done. What's 2 times 2? 4. So I got 4 radical 3. Does everybody see that? Now, grab your calculators real quick for me because I want to show you that we did this right, and I want to show you how you can check to make sure you did it right. In your calculator, I want you to put 48 and hit the square root key. What do you get? 6.9, right? So this is approximately, and why am I saying approximately? Because it's not terminating. It's a non-terminating decimal. It keeps going, right? Now, I want you to put this in your calculator. I want you to put 3, hit the square root, and then put times 4 equals. What do you get? So is this approximately the same thing? So we know we simplified it correctly. Are y'all following? Matter of fact, every line that we put in the calculator is going to give us this same number, 6.9. Are y'all following? So now, Ms. Stampley, what do I do with that now that I've simplified that? Let's go back to where we were. Let's go back over here. Now, radical 48 is really 4 radical what? 3 when simplified. So watch what I write. Negative 12 plus or minus, what is it? 4 radical what? 3 all over what? 6. That's the simplified. And they may give it to you just like that and say which one of these are the correct answer. Are y'all following? Is everybody following? Yes? Now, what if they give you multiple choice and you got this? It's okay. Just in your calculator, put radical 48 and see what you got and see if what they gave you in that spot is the same thing. And then if they are, then you know that's exactly what you got. Are y'all following me? But if they don't give you multiple choice and you got to write this thing in, this is how you do that. Is everybody following? But I doubt if they, and don't hold me to this, but I doubt if they don't give you multiple choice for this problem, because when they give you the equation editor, is there a space for the square root symbol with a number under it? I don't think so. So then therefore, how can they have you to do that? You see what I'm saying? They have to give you options. Are y'all following? All right, so now let's finish this out. We got what? Negative 12 plus 4 radical 3 over 6 and negative 12 minus 4 radical 3 over 6. So if they give it to you in radical form, these are your answers. Y'all with me? If they don't give it to you in radical form, let's grab our calculators. Tell me what to put in the calculator first. Remember, you do the whole numerator first, and then you divide by the denominator. 3, then what? Square root, and then what? Times 4 equals, and then what? Plus negative 12 or minus 12, they're going to give you the same thing. Plus 12 negatives equal, and then what? Divided by 6 equals, and what do we get? 0.8 negative. Okay, so we got negative, carry it out, because they're probably going to say round to the nearest hundredths or something. So negative 0.85. Yes? Yes, because that 5 going to have us round up. Now let's do the same thing on the other side. What do we do? 3 square root times 4 negatives equal. And then we're going to put, what do we put next? We can put minus 12 equals, right? And then we're going to do what with that? Divide by 6 equals. And x is going to equal negative 3.15. Now, I doubt if they say put this in factored form, right? Because usually when they tell you put in factored form, it's usually a whole number. But it's okay. We could do it because we got our solutions, right? So what are our solutions? They are negative 0.85 and negative 3.15. So let's write it out. Y equals, what was our A? 3 times x minus negative 0.85 and then x minus negative 3.15. Listen, this math is for big girls and boys. This ain't no elementary math. This for kids who really know their stuff, right? Like they testing you, they trying to see. We're not giving you no 4s and 5s unless you can do a little bit of something that's difficult for everybody else, right? Listen, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be an easy test because if it's easy, you getting all 1s. It's supposed to be difficult. It's challenging you, right? And when it's challenging you, then you got to keep pressing. You can't quit. And listen, it's okay. Okay, Miss Stampley, this part ain't my strong suit. That's okay. But you better have a strong suit somewhere. You can't just nothing be your strong suit. We got to lock in on something, right? So let's finish this out. Y equals 3 times x plus 0.85 and x plus 3.15. That's it. And we're done. And that's math for grown folks. Y'all good? Yes? All right, let's pack up.